What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 87 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined in person this week
Yeah.
by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, dude?
Not a whole lot.
It's been literally a month since I've seen you.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the random trips to Sedalia I've made, we've been recording apart from each other, and we've been busy, and...
Yeah, let's see, there was a couple things that just came up, and so... Tiff has been working on Thursdays for a while, so it's like, well, while she's at work, we can just record, and then we'll come up afterwards and hang out. So that was a thing. And then she had surgery, so it was like, all right, well, I'm not, going to leave her.
Exactly. So we're just going to record from home, and then it's been that way for the past couple weeks. And then we're going to...
Tiff got tired of sitting at home, so we're like, hey, we're going to Carl's this week.
So it works out. So what are we doing today?
So I had an idea that kind of stimulated from just like typical YouTuber things that happens of Reddit review. But since we don't have our own Reddit, like our own subreddit, I figured what better way than to look at the r/VGC, and specifically we're going to be taking Series 11 teams from them and critiquing them. So I think I pulled up 8 teams today that we're just going to be going pretty in-depth with and talking about and figuring things out. So,
You ready to start with the first one here?
Sure, let's talk it out, man. What do we got?
So we have got Ho-Oh Lapras. Ho-Oh Lap? I don't know. I have it labeled as Ho-Oh Lap. It's Gigantamax, Lapras, Mineshow, Bisharp, Raichu, Cradily, and Ho-Oh. Interesting to say the least. This is not a normal thing you see paired with Lapras is Ho-Oh.
So something that's really interesting here, just immediately looking at this, is you support Cradily pretty well by having Surf on Lapras. You also have Surf on Raichu here, so you have a wide enough array of enablers for Cradily, so I think that's fine. But one of the big problems with Cradily is its base speed of being 48. Well, I mean, its base stat here of 48, so it's extremely slow, and we don't have a way of setting Trick Room for ourselves.
Yeah.
So relying on our opponent to set Trick Room for Cradily to be good, it's fine. That is something you can do. Look at, Stack Attacka. But when you're comparing this to other mons that are used inside of Trick Room specifically, such as Stack Attacka and Amoonguss, they have the ability to make plays outside of Trick Room. And I'm not saying Cradily can't, but I'm saying it would be nice if we had a way of doing so here.
My first big complaint is the fact that you're running Power Herb on this Cradily instead of running Assault Vest. You are not bulky. No matter how much you put into HP and special defense, you are not very bulky. You have a lot of weaknesses still, being a grass rock type.
So let's see. With the investment they have, if you slap on an Assault Vest, you get to 192. Mm-hmm. 192 with 193 HP is actually pretty bulky when you actually look at it.
Yep.
The big thing here is I don't think you typically want to Dynamax Cradily on this team. Especially when you're pairing it with Lapras, and Ho-Oh makes a pretty decent Dynamax target. But you can, those 3 are going to be your big ones, and you probably want to Dynamax Cradily more than Ho-Oh, depending on the matchup. But the thing about Ho-Oh is it doesn't make a great Dynamax target because Incineroar is really popular and Intimidate's really good, and being able to just constantly switch in and out on Ho-Oh just to reduce it and make your Dynamax not very worthwhile makes it where you're gonna struggle if that is your plan. The upside is obviously you have 2 very powerful stab moves with Sacred Fire and Brave Bird, so having max airstreams off of 182 stat attack is going to do a lot, especially when you pair it with your Life Orb too.
Did you know that Behemoth Blade from Zacian probably takes out your Cradily in one hit?
I would not be surprised.
Dynamax or otherwise, it just blows you up.
See, that's it makes me laugh that you say it like that because it's the same damage regardless.
Yeah.
And that's not something we've had to deal with at all in Series 10, so it's just oh yeah, that is how that works.
Sometimes you have to remind people that, hey, this Behemoth Blade's really good in a Dynamax Pokemon. I was playing Showdown, I O-code a a Venusaur, a Gigantamax Venusaur with Behemoth Blade. Just blew it up. I wasn't expecting to blow it up, but I just popped it and it just went whoop, gone. It's like, okay, well, we'll just do that next time. I feel like this team, like, you are always Dynamaxing this Lapras. You are always going to do Gigantamax Lapras.
If they have an answer to Lapras, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. Like, Cradily is not enough of a enough of a Dynamax target to warrant this. If it had Assault Vest, it might be okay. You get access to things like Sludge Bomb. You do get Ancient Power if you want to run a Rock move still. You don't have to really run a Rock move right now.
You could also, like, instead of being modest, you could be quiet. Right? Yeah. That's minus speed.
Yep, quiet is minus speed.
So, like, that puts you down to 44 speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, that's slower.
Yeah.
Again, you're still getting undersped by Amoonguss, which obviously Cradily doesn't really care about.
Yeah.
Stakataka, you don't particularly care about, and you actually line up pretty okay against it with Earth Power, but I mean, 117 defense is not a lot, so, like, you are going to be still taking a chunk from, like, Gyro Balls.
Yep.
I also... This Raichu set's really weird. Hasty is a very particular nature for Raichu. Lightning Rod is very bizarre, especially when you have Thunderbolt on Lapras. So, like, you can just blank one of your max moves if you play incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you could honestly just drop Protect and play Nuzzle here. And, like, I mean, that's something I did back in, like, Series 1 is play Assault Vest Raichu. Obviously, I think it lines up way better on Cradily here, but it is technically something you could do.
Yeah, there are bulky Raichu sets that you can run with Assault Vest. It's decent.
My thought process there is if you do change Raichu's item, then you can give your Sash to Bisharp. And I think Sash Bisharp is way better than Black Glasses. I feel like this team has some cool pieces, but it's just overall kind of incoherent. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm just like staring at this Mind Shell. I was like, what does Mind Shell do for us with coaching and close combat? And the answer is not a whole lot. You're literally just using coaching as a defense boost or to try and counter intimidates into your Ho-Oh.
Which, that's not the worst plan. But, and, if you do line up in a matchup where they don't have Intimidate, which would be few and far between, I'm sure,
mm-hmm.
It lines up very well, because getting those attack boosts is going to be great, but even still, I don't think you're Dynamaxing your Ho-Oh when you have things like Whirlwind on it.
No.
So you could drop Whirlwind for what other attacks does Ho-Oh get off the top of my head?
You get ground coverage, rock coverage.
Yeah, because you get like Rock Slide, right?
You get Rock Slide, Earthquake. I think you get Bulldoze. Bulldoze would be kind of cute. I'd like that a lot.
I wouldn't like the other thing here is you don't have a way of triggering your policy on Lapras.
Yeah.
Which, like, I can take or leave, but I feel like if you are going to be max special attack Lapras, you probably don't need weakness policy. Like 150 attack is
one of the things I noticed on this is everything's 252 floor, so I feel like the EVs don't really matter right now.
That's true. That is true. Just, making based on the information that is provided, this is my critiques. So
I do like the whole surf synergies with Water Absorb and Storm Drain and all that. That's kind of cool. The Bisharp Defiant thing's kind of neat because we do, like you said, we do have Ho-Oh. We want to counter Intimidate. Well, that's our counter to Intimidate. The problem is Bisharp just doesn't line up against anything anymore.
You have access to Sucker Punch, which is cool, but like Cali Shadows are going to be paired with Indeedee. Indeedee is probably going to be pretty decent in this format. Like, yep. Psychic Train is really good, so like you line up pretty poorly then. Actually, you probably still line up okay against Cali Shadow because you 4 times resist Astral Barrage, right? Or is it still?
It's just 2. It's just
Steel doesn't resist Ghost
anymore.
Steel
doesn't resist Ghost anymore. It's just a normal resistance.
And then you're immune to Expanding Force.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to watch out for Mud Shot on
Max
Cali
Quake.
Shadow.
Max Quake.
So,
which you have a base 90. You have 91 special defense. You are not taking anything well.
No.
That's why we saw a lot of AV Bisharp back when it was being played. It was just like it's easier to just slap into Salt Vest.
Yeah.
Or Sash. So yeah, just I want a Trick Room set somewhere. Lapras isn't very fast. Like Lapras is not a fast Pokemon.
I honestly think you could drop Bisharp for Stack Attacker. And I think that makes this team way more appealing. Because then you have a slow mode, but I think your fast mode is fine. Like having like Ho-Oh, Mienshao, Raichu, Lapras doesn't seem awful. And I think like you do make your team a little more submissible to Intimidate by adding in Stack Attacker here, but I don't know. I don't hate it.
I was trying to think of other popular, like you could play Thundurus if you really wanted to. Like Thundurus is probably a better Defiant Pokemon if you're trying to look for something like that.
That's the thing that holds in the Southwest.
Galarian Zapdos is another big one that I was thinking of. I was trying to think of Pokemon that could still give you somewhat of an answer into Cali Shadow, because if you remove Bisharp, this team just loses the Galarian Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you have Mienshao clicking Wide Guard and they don't max it on turn 1.
And they don't have Psyshock or Dynamax available to them.
Yeah, like, it's just going to blow through your team. Like, Lapras is not going to be enough to beat a Calyrex Shadow.
Why is Safety Goggles on Mienshao? Is that something that's popping up?
So Safety Goggles is good on just anything really anymore. Mainly because you don't want to worry about like redirection or Spore or Sleep Powder or stuff like that.
I've seen a lot of a Jetpack Mienshao popping up here lately, which I actually think is really cool because like then you get to preserve your stash for something else. This is specifically next to like Cali Shadow, so you can take a hit on Cali Shadow and then Oko them back.
Yep. But yeah.
So I think this seems fine. There's a couple things I would change up. I think you could, like I said, drop Bisharp for another Steel type. Probably something that can set Trick Room, and like off the top of my head, the only thing that really comes to mind is Stack Attacker.
Bronzong.
That is actually an accurate one as well.
The reason I know that one is there's a team with Bronzong on it. Where is it? Is it? It's one of these.
It's one of these 8.
There it is.
Cool. Let's talk it up.
So this one is Groudon, Entei, Torkoal, Thundurus, Snorlax, Bronzong. You want a Sun team? Here you go. We've got 2 Sunsetters and no real abusers on this team.
I like Fire Blast Torkoal.
I
don't think it's particularly good, but it's something that exists.
Could definitely play any other fire move in that slot, in my opinion. Flamethrower, Burning Jealousy, Heat Wave. I really like Burning Jealousy.
I do too, actually.
In that slot. As for the rest of this, I feel like you can just drop Heat Crash on Groudon and play Rock Slide and be fine.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
And then
you already have your fire coverage in Torkoal and Entei, so you don't really need to worry about it.
Like, you have it in Torkoal, you have it on Entei, you have it on Groudon, you have it on Snorlax. Like, this is a Sun team trying to abuse Sun with like fire type moves. But this is definitely interesting for sure. The other mode of this team is just Trick Room. We have Bronzong, we have Snorlax here. It's Choice Band Snorlax, not Gigantamax. So that's super duper interesting.
I don't know if I like that. I feel like personally I would want, like, Thick Fat's fine, but I don't really care about it here. I think I would rather be Gluttony and just play, like, I don't think you need to do like belly drum things, but just being G-Max with like Citrus Berry, I think probably lines up better.
Yeah. This team wants Dynamax probably Entei or Groudon most of the time.
Like, you obviously could Dynamax Torkoal. Being Prankster Thundurus means you're never clicking Dynamax there. I actually really do like Thundurus on this team next to Groudon. It's just like, anti-intimidate support by
bluffing Defiant. Yeah.
And then instead you Thunder Wave them, you're like, oh, we're dead.
A fun trick that you get here is you could do Dynamax Bronzong things. We get Flash Cannon, Meteor Beam, and Weather Ball. So
The fact that we get Weather Ball is adorable.
So you get to either have Fire Weather Ball, Rock Weather Ball, Water Weather Ball, or Ice Weather Ball, depending on the current state of the game.
Yeah.
Which you have access to everything but water.
Which I think is fine.
Which is cool.
One change I would make, I think I want Sash on my Thunderous here instead of Magnet. I'm not really worried about doing damage with this thing. And I would want, maybe over Protect, I would want Eerie Impulse.
Yeah.
I think Eerie Impulse is the reason you play Prankster Thunderous.
The one thing I would change is drop one of these fire types. Like, you have double fire types, double drought. There's so much fire coverage that, yeah, you're going to beat every Venusaur under the sun, but what else are you going to do?
But are you? It outspeeds you and probably does a good chunk to your Groudon. It has Earth Power to deal with Entei and Torkoal.
Venusaur only deals with one.
True.
You have to pick which one you want to deal with Venusaur.
Is true.
You don't get spread damage, so Venusaur is going to deal with one, and you just deal with it with the other.
Sleep Powder you. Like, Venusaur, I think, actually lines up really well against this team.
It like, on paper it does, but like in practice it doesn't, just because there's just so many random fire type moves.
You are going to be able to do like trade 1-for-1 essentially with Venusaur, but most of the time Venusaur is going to want a Dynamax. So if you're trading 1-for-1 with their Dynamax, that feels way better.
Oh yeah. My, like, item wise, like you said, Focus Sash on the Thunderous could be kind of nice. I want Goggles on the Entei.
I agree.
Just Goggles Entei just feels a whole lot better than like a Globberry Entei, which we currently have now. Could be just like Goggles on just Goggles on anything when you have access to it. Just feels great.
You could also be White Herb on Groudon, since like you do want your anti-intimidate. Like, having access to White Herb would actually make that quite a bit.
I will say I've been playing a ton with Sun, like with the Sun team at the time we played with the tail end of Series 8. Citrus Berry Swords Dance Groudon is just nuts. It's just so bulky and just does so much with Grimmsnarl alongside it.
Mm-hmm.
You just get to click Swords Dance for free. I got to go to +4 on somebody because they couldn't deal any damage, and I just run them over.
I wouldn't mind a Fake Out user so you can more reliably get Trick Room up too.
Yeah.
Like, more so than, I'm gonna click it, hope you can't kill my Bronzong.
Yeah. Yeah, this team feels a little bit all over the place with the fire types and all the fire coverage. Could definitely look at doing other things with different Pokemon.
I don't hate it though. Like, I feel like their idea is solidified in what they want to do. It's just fine-tuning it at this point.
Yep. So we talked about this one, and we talked about this one. What do you want to talk about next? We've got a whole lot
here we go.
You want to talk about the calendar?
Yeah.
So, I actually don't like this one.
I don't either. There's a lot going on with this one that I feel it is just a little too much.
That is not supposed to be that. What is that supposed to be? Pull it up on your phone for me.
That's a wonderful question.
I'll have it fixed on the graphic for everyone, but we currently have them all pulled up in just like random images, and then it's got Glastrier and Calyrex Ice on the same team, and I'm trying to remember what that is. I don't think it's supposed to be Glastrier.
What is this one? I just sent you links. I didn't send you pictures, so I had to go through and open up every one of them.
That's not one of the last ones, I think.
Krozma, Dialga.
Oh no, it's the first one. This should be the first one. Very first one you sent me.
Yes, there we go.
This is... So it's a Trick Room team. It has a lot of Trick Room setters. I think every Pokemon that can learn Trick Room... Oh, it's a Hatterene. It's supposed to be a Hatterene.
Yes, that is correct.
Every Pokemon that can learn Trick Room, I think, has Trick Room.
Let's see. Calyrex, Hatterene has it.
Cresselia, and Stakataka. Does Marowak get to learn it? Does Marowak learn Trick Room? That'd be the only one I think that doesn't have it.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't remember. If it does, it's the only one of the setters that doesn't actually use it right now. Because everybody else has it. When you have 4 Pokemon in the set Trick Room, you don't need it really on anybody else. Honestly, you only need it on like 2 of them.
Honestly, yeah, you could. I think you could cut Cresselia here and play Indeedee. I think Indeedee, like next to Trick Room, it just is dang near impossible to stop.
So the Cresselia is because we have 2 really glaring ground weaknesses.
That is true.
Having it's just like a Levitate Trick Room user, which is really cool. That's not like doubling up on a weakness.
Doesn't Cresselia get access to some type of recovery as well? It gets Moonlight, right?
Moonlight,
is that
most
it?
likely. I think that's the only one.
No recover, no nothing like that.
Moonlight is pretty much recover.
I think you could probably drop Trick Room on Cresselia for it, just because like you do have it on 3 other bonds. Let's talk about this Dracovish. It's gonna bother me.
So we are Choice Band Water Absorb.
With moves that all basically get triggered for Strong Jaw.
It's kind of cool being Water Absorb. There is a time and a place for it. I mean, you're like immune to Kyogre, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. And like you can switch in on Urshifu.
Like Water Urshifu going into Stack Attacker, but most of the time nowadays they're just going to click Close Combat anymore.
Yeah, because it's not like you're running not Colbur, not Shuka.
Chopple.
There it is. Like I know it starts with the C.
Chopple. Choppleberry. Chop 'em.
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
Karate Chop. Chopple.
Like I don't hate this. I don't love it.
I'm about to say, so there's so many issues I have. I feel like they just they funneled it on Trick Room, and that's all they did.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely could branch out into other modes, because if you're super reliant on being Trick Room, if there's another Trick Room, like if you run into the other Trick Room team that actually can pivot and do a better job of abusing Trick Room, you're gonna be in trouble. You have Cali Ice, you have Stack Attack, I'm assuming would probably be a G-Max Hatterene. I believe it had Focus Sash on the Hatterene, which is very interesting.
Do you know what min speed Dracovish is?
It's like 79 or something.
72. The Hatterene does in fact have Focus Sash, which obviously I think if you're playing Hatterene, you want Life Orb.
Well, that's on Stack Attacker.
But there's 100 different items you can play on Stack Attacker.
Goggles.
Yeah, I think that's the best one, because you are so slow. You don't really line up particularly well against opposing Amoonguss, so they just put you to sleep, and then you're dealt with.
You have been dealt with effectively. Maybe tone it down on all your Trick Room setters.
I also don't like Stone Edge. I'm just gonna
Rock
say
Slide.
I don't like Stone Edge.
Rock
man.
Slide.
It is it's so infuriating, and that's the big reason I don't like it.
I don't like Earthquake. I don't like that we have Earthquake on a million Pokemon here.
Marowak doesn't get better ground coverage, right?
Although Marowak has Bone Meringue.
I said better.
I mean, that is better. You're not hitting your Stack Attacker with 4 times.
Especially when you have literally nothing with Protect.
Yeah, that's the other big thing, is nothing has Protect on this team.
So the other problem is you have about 6 mons that want a Dynamax on this team. Obviously Cresselia doesn't, and obviously your Dracovish doesn't, and your Hatterene probably doesn't. Actually looking at this moveset,
it was Dazzling Gleam,
Helping Hand, Protect, Trick Room.
Yeah, that's the one Pokemon with Protect because it has Focus Sash, but it just does not want a Dynamax.
Which if you're playing Hatterene, you want to smite them.
Yeah, you want a G-Max.
That's the reason to play Hatterene.
Like you said, you could probably make this. What are you over here doing?
Help! Thank you.
Why are you
I don't know what
everything?
I did.
Carter over here breaking all my new PC stuff.
I don't know what happened.
You pulled on my headphones.
I don't know how though.
You probably pushed your foot forward into the cord. Back on track here. You could probably swap this Cresselia out for Indeedee female. That way you have like Hatterene and Indeedee stuff.
Yep.
Put goggles on Stakataka.
Put your Life Orb on Hatterene.
Let Hatterene do its thing if it wants to. I feel like you don't need this Alolan Marowak at all.
Especially when you have Calyrex, Stakataka, and Hatterene. Like, it just adds another ground weakness for your team. It's like, I could see cutting it. I think you need a game plan for if Trick Room doesn't go up.
That's what Incineroar's for. Just play Incineroar.
Like, honestly, I think that's just fine. And Incineroar plus Trick Room Setter is just another way to get Trick Room up.
Yeah. Like, Incineroar Calyrex is a fine lead. Incineroar Stakataka is also a fine lead. Incineroar Hatterene is a fine lead. Like, the worst they're gonna do if they try to fake you out, you just switch in Indeedee. If they lead fake out, you switch Indeedee in. But most of the time, no one's gonna lead fake out against Indeedee.
Here's the one I would like. I honestly think you could make this Choice Scarf Strongjaw Dracovish, and like that just be a fast mode plan. Just like run people over with Dracovish.
Unfortunately, Choice Scarf just isn't fast enough anymore.
I know, man.
Yet you need Sandrush. Sandrush is the fast mode for Dracovish now.
Which, like, you can play T-Tar on this team, but like then you're cutting. Then I feel like you're getting too far away from the original idea of the team.
T-Tar over Stakataka, and then you play Dracovish, and then you play Incineroar. You can keep Cresselia because you want that ground immunity. Hatterene becomes something else, and this just becomes an entirely different team for the most part.
So, like, at that point, you're playing Cresselia plus Cali Ice, and that's the remnants of this team.
That's the remnants of the Trick Room mode.
But, like, I think you could, honestly, if you really want to go hard Trick Room, play a Moongus in there, too.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best support mons, especially under Trick Room.
Yep.
I got by Pollen Puff Amoongus next to Eternatus.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, alright, we're dead.
We're done here. Speaking of sand teams, there is a Zacian sand team on this list as well.
Oh, this isn't the Feeny team I thought it was.
No, not this.
Okay.
We'll get to that one next. That one's interesting. But this one is a Zacian crowned sand team, but not a true sand team because like we don't have Excadrill or anything running around with that.
Yeah, I mean, close enough. You have Dracovish.
Yeah, you have like Sandrush, Life Orb, Dracovish, just here to blow people up.
You get to 278, right? You just outspeed Eliki.
Yep, you're just 1 point faster than Eliki.
Dracovish doesn't have any double hit moves, right? It doesn't get Scale Shot.
I'm not sure on that one.
I don't think it does. I have it pulled up.
I'm not sure.
I would really like for it to have Scale Shot.
But the majority of this team is Zacian, Tyranitar, Entei, Dracovish, Tapu Fini, and Togedemaru.
We get Scald. That's really close.
Yeah, that's really close.
No Scale Shot, though.
The interesting part of this team is the Togedemaru.
Mm-hmm.
Just being that kind of ground immunity with Air Balloon, which is kind of cool because you have 3 weaknesses to ground, so you need something. And I guess just because we have Fake Out Nuzzle, just being that kind of support electric steel type is cool.
Nuzzle on the team with Feeny is really, that's a choice. I mean, it's the same thing as playing Amoongus next to Feeny.
Yeah.
So
like it's the same kind of thing. People do it all the time.
It is just something you have to be aware of.
Yeah, you just have to play around it like that. The same kind of thing goes with anything with like Feeny and Entei. Like you want to get burns off Sacred Fire, but you can't burn with Sacred Fire if Feeny's on the field.
Yep.
Things like that. So the Zacians, fairly straightforward. 3 attacks and protect, fighting coverage, fairy coverage, steel coverage. Hits pretty hard. Weakness policy T-Tar, also fairly straightforward. Seems fine. Entei, we're kind of venturing off into some weird stuff. I don't know why we're playing Roar.
I'm assuming this is like your Trick Room answer. Which,
I mean,
honestly, I don't think you need. Like, I think you could cut this Entei and play Amoongus, and that's a better Trick Room answer, actually.
Well, you need Entei to deal with, like, potential grass and steel types.
That's true, too.
You have no way to deal with grass or steel outside of, like...
So what other...
anything.
You could just make this Ensign. Safety Goggles Ensign seems fine.
I think you just switch Roar for, like, Crunch or something.
That's also fine. you could Howl. I actually don't hate Howl here.
I just like being able to deal with Calyrex Shadow.
That's that's probably way better than Howl Entei. Does Entei even get it?
I don't know. You're just making stuff up at this point, probably.
I'm really hoping it does. That might be some tech I work on.
Sandros Dracovish is fine. Psychic Fangs is okay. It's just not that great right now. Like, do we get it?
We get Howl.
Cool. I still don't like it, but cool.
Excuse me.
So Sandros Dracovish is kind of standard. We Psychic Fangs crunch Fisherman, but I'm just not a big fan of Psychic Fangs. Like, yeah, Grimmsnarl is going to be popular again, but you can't Psychic Fangs Grimmsnarl. You can't use it in the Grimmsnarl, so you have to hit the other target.
Mm-hmm.
And if the other target also happens to be a Dark type, you're just...
Sorry.
SOL. Sorry. Yep. So I kind of would rather have Ice Fangs in that spot.
I don't hate Psychic Fangs, but I think you would rather just have... You don't get Dragon Claw, right?
Nope. Your only dragon physical moves are Outrage or Dragon Rush.
That's really bad.
You got little arms.
You aren't wrong, man.
Well, technically fins, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you aren't really Dynamaxing Dracovish unless you're in a really bad position anyway. So I think Ice Fangs is probably fine.
Like... Life Orb boosted Ice Fang is gonna do a chunk into Venusaur. Tapu Fini seems fine. This is very standard Tapu Fini.
I think I like Leftovers more than Wiki. That is just a personal preference. I think both are fine, but personally I like lefties.
And then the Togedemaru we talked about a little bit. Spiky Shield is just better to protect in this case.
Yeah. It lowers their speed? What does Spiky Shield actually do?
If I remember correctly, it's damage if the move makes contact.
Togedemaru. Spiky. Contact loses 1/8 of their max HP. Dude, that's sick.
It's damage if contact. It's Toxapex. You do that with Toxapex.
You have Baneful Bunker.
You can also get you also do, and Maractus gets to do Spiky Shield too.
Yep, I knew that one.
You just use those over and over and over on singles and just whittle them down with that stuff. It's great.
Isn't there one that lowers speed? I don't know. There's like 100 different protect variants.
Yeah, they made so many now. You just they all do the same thing.
Every Pokemon has a unique version of this attack.
Pretty much.
Honestly, yeah, I think this seems... Of the ones we've looked at so far, I think this is the most cohesive.
Yeah, this feels the most cohesive. Just a couple things to change here and there. Entei just feels a little weird with Roar. Since Roar doesn't work on Dynamax, so you're just kind of just like...
That's actually something I forgot about.
Just dead move. That's why we saw it in Series 10, is because you get to use
Encore
it.
a Dynamax.
I watched you do that, yeah.
I meant to click Quash, and instead I clicked Encore. I'm like, alright, this is still fine. Oh, wait.
No, it's not. This is a Necrozma.
This still isn't the right
Nope, we're not there yet. I wanted to talk about a different Entei set because this one's really cool.
I think this Entei set's sick.
This is Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf, Snarl Crunch, Stopping Tantrum, Sacred Fire. Very, very powerful. Really liked this one. It's paired alongside a Necrozma Duskmane, which I talked about last week on a deep dive. You can go check that out. Porygon 2, Galarian Slowking with Rocky Helmet. I know you're a really big fan of that.
For the record, this team sold me when I saw Scarf Entei and Rocky Helmet Slowking. I didn't even have to look at the rest of the team, and I was convinced this is something I wanted to talk about.
AV, Galarian Moltres, and Tapu Fini with Leftovers.
Alright, I'm going to say it. I don't like this Moltres set.
Why?
I don't like mono dark attacks. I feel like Moltres, especially in Series 11, you want a flying type move so you can Dynamax and have Airstream.
Yeah.
Like, Stab Airstream is probably the best attack in the game behind Protect.
Did you make sure that these are all for Series 11?
Yes.
Because this one's currently a rental. So I don't think this is for Series 11.
Look, man, I swear I did.
Like this feels very much like a Series 10 team.
I'm pulling it up. Regardless, I'm talking about it.
We're talking about it either way because it's already here, but I feel like this is a Series 10 team, which is not gonna fly today, Captain. Because we officially start Series 11 today.
That is true. This post comments, please. It's not gonna let me because this isn't the app.
Womp womp. Anywho, Necrozma Duskmane, Photon Geyser, Sunsteel Strike, Trick Room, Protect. We get to play that mixed attacker set that always is so much fun.
The more I look at this, the more I think this is a Series 10 team, and I don't like it.
Yep. EV Light Porygon 2, Tri Attack, Trick Room, Recover, Ice Beam, standard stuff. Slow King Galar with Rocky Helmet, Scald, Foul Play, Trick Room, Protect. Mono Dark Moltres Galar here with Fire Wrath, Snarl, Sucker Punch, and Foul Play. Tapu Fini, Leftovers, Muddy Water, Protect, Moonblast, and Heal Pulse. Yeah, this feels very Series 10-ish.
This is for Series 10, so no Dynamax and no Cole. So they actually talk about this. The reason they have 47 Dark type attacks here is because Cali Shadow is a terrible matchup for him.
I mean, I can see it. You got 2 Psychic types in this team.
To be fair, one is also Slowking, so like
neither of these Pokemon want to see Calyrex Shadow ever.
No. Which also, like, you have Photon Geyser, so like that's another big indicator that this is for Series 10. Man, I was really excited because I thought this team was sick.
For Series 10, this team's great. I will say that this is a good Series 10 team.
They have a video of this team. I feel like I know this user too.
Cling of Games, yeah, we probably have them in our server.
Cling of the Castle is there?
Yep, we have them in our server.
Okay, cool.
They're in our Discord.
Cool.
I know who this is.
So here's the thing about this team. If you're going to integrate this for Series 11, you need a flying type move on your Moltres.
You're not bringing this over to Series 11.
You could, though. It's not that complicated to do so.
The problem is the team just doesn't line up good against anything popular.
I think Urshifu Water is going to fall off the side of a cliff.
No, because Colossal's going to see play everywhere.
Yeah, but like, okay, so it's going to be partnered with Colossal, but it's not going to be widely played like it is now.
Well, that's because it's the best Colossal thing. Everyone's going to be playing Colossal.
So I think Rocky Helmet Slowking, I love it, but I don't think it's going to be particularly good.
Rocky Helmet Among Us.
Yeah, dude, I have told so many people to play it.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things I've done.
The number of people who come back to me after playing it, they're like, all right, this is sick.
I wonder if you could figure out an attack investment onto Moltres Galar to where Sucker Punch picks up Dynamax Calyrex Shadow.
I'm sure you can.
I wonder if that's a thing you can do.
Hold that thought.
Because if that's a thing, then we can port this over into Series 11 pretty easily. If it's not a thing, then this Moltres is probably going to have to get scrapped and completely swapped around.
Moltres Galar. Blank set, we want level 50.
The set currently has 148 EVs in attack.
Let me... 148, and we're not plus attack, right?
Nope, we're quiet.
Okay. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to put in Calyrex. Sure, that one looks great. Choice Specs Ubers. That's exactly what we want. And Dynamax. Alright, currently... I should probably put Sucker Punch in.
Yeah, probably.
Sucker Punch currently does 66% max to Dynamax Cali Shadow with 0 investment. 4 defense investment.
So we'd have, I don't think we're getting there at max and max plus nature.
252 adamant makes us get to 80% max.
Yeah, we're not getting there. So yeah.
Awkward.
We're going to have to completely redo this Moltres set.
So then you can become Weakness Policy, you can drop Foul Play, you can play Hurricane and or Air Slash, and then probably drop Sucker Punch for Protect. And then from there, you probably want to take away all this attack investment, put it into your special attack, and then you can probably answer Cali Shadow pretty effectively.
I mean, the Choice Scarf Entei does a good job too.
Dude, it does. So
That's
actually,
something I expect to carry over.
I did the calcs. This gets to 228 speed.
Yep.
So you do outspeed Cali Shadow. So I also really like Heal Pulse Tapu Fini.
Yeah. That's something that's really good, like alongside Zygarde. I've had a lot of experience with that.
Dude, I think Heal Pulse and Life Dew are super undervalued. And like I want to find a way to just break them, but they're good, but they're not great.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I want to play them, but every time I do, I'm just like, I wish this is anything else.
That's why you play Amoonguss with Pollen Puff.
Yep. And dude, it is so good.
It does the same thing, but better.
Until they knock out your thing, and then you're like, I wish this had Life Dew.
I wish this had Life Dew.
Alright, well, we talked about the 1 Series 10 team.
Let me find it. There you go. Here it is.
Alright, sick.
So this is the physical Tapu Fini. This is something we've seen before. It's not new.
This is something I know Poppy played with.
I've seen it on Aaron Zhang's channel,
which is where Poppy got it. So
you get Smart Strike, funnily enough, so you can do Dynamax physical Tapu Fini things and do defense boosts and whatnot. But you don't need to do that here with this Life Orb. You have Ice Punch, Waterfall, Play Rough. Easily a good max target here.
Do we get Liquidation?
I don't know. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know.
If we do, that's probably better than...
Liquidation's drop defense, 85 base. Waterfall's chance to flinch, 85 base.
I thought Waterfall was 80.
85.
Interesting. I thought Liquidation was actually better.
Aqua Tail's 90. But it's also 90 accuracy.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Did we get access to Liquidation, though? Because the defense drop actually might be important.
I'm looking. Liquid, no.
Well, damn. The rest of this team's pretty cool. Obviously, have Zacian, Sacred Sword, Behemoth Blade, Protect, Substitute, standard stuff. Tornadus, Tailwind, Protect, Hurricane, Swagger. This also feels very standard. Cool thing is we get to do Swagger strats with Tapu Fini.
Yep.
Makes it a great Dynamax target. Incineroar, Citrus Berry. This is the standard 236 to spread that we normally are seeing. Carrying Throat Chop. Gonna get those snarls out of the way now. Hurricane on your Galarian Moltres here means you get access to Max Air. You get Nasty Plot to just boost if they ever think you're going to protect. You can just take off and go nuts. And then Grimmsnarl, everyone's favorite little imp, is back. We get to do screens again. Yay, screens.
I'm curious about this Moltres speed.
188 was the standard back in Series 8. That was this benchmark everyone was sitting at for a while.
So 134 at +1 gets you to 201.
Yep.
At +2 it gets you to 268, which is still slower than Eliki.
Yep.
I think that's what I would speed crep to, is getting to +2 and outspeeding Eliki.
Well, with
especially
Tailwind,
since we have Tailwind here.
Like with Tailwind, that's definitely something you want to look at doing. The issue is making sure you survive certain hits usually.
That's true.
And that usually what you do with Moltres is, I want to be able to take this out in Dynamax, but I also want to be able to live this hit, and then the rest goes into speed.
So we need 5 more points in speed, which is 40 EVs.
Means you go down to either 36 HP or 196 special attack.
You could pull these 2 points from defense and special defense, but I think this is worse.
Yeah, you want those in there still.
Yeah, it's so you go to 170 HP. Is that a big difference between 170 and 175?
Probably not. But
I
it
think
might be for whatever calc they're doing. I'm not sure.
I think that might be the change I would make if there is one.
Looking at the rest of this, I feel like this team is really cool.
Dude, it has a lot of moving parts that I'm a fan of.
This physical Fini is going to be getting people a lot.
No one's going to expect it. People are going to expect the Calm Mind, Muddy Water set.
Nope, I'm about to punch you with this Ice Punch.
They're going to taunt you so you can't Calm Mind. You're going to Dynamax and punch them.
Blow them up.
Like, nice Whimsicott, eat this Ice Punch. I'm a big fan of physical Fini.
Yeah, that is some nice tech there. So we've got 2 teams left here. I've got Dialga and I've got Kyurem White. Which one do you want to talk about? Which dragon?
Let's go with Dialga first.
So Dialga, I have it nicknamed Diagus because the only thing I can remember was Amoongus. When I made because I had to slap this one together, and it's just like, here's
because most of these were Pokepaste when I sent them to you, so you took your sweet time and put them in, and Pikalytics Team Builder is really nice.
Yeah. So this one obviously is from Series 8 that they're wanting to update, maybe. Which
I
could be
believe
cool.
so, yes.
So this is like a Sand Dialga team with Tyranitar and Dialga. We also have Dark Urshifu, Talonflame for like Tailwind with Gale Wings. That's kind of cool. Amoongus here with Cobra Berry because that's what you have to run now because Airstream's going to eat you alive. And then we have our Assault Vest Thundurus to kind of just help against Intimidate on our Urshifu and Tyranitar.
So I really like this team. I do have one minor complaint though. I don't like Brave Bird Talonflame. I've never cared for it.
Well, then what are you playing?
Dual Wing Beat?
No.
It's not great, but
you miss one Dual Wing Beat, you never play that again. Let me tell you. I've missed one. I have not touched Dual Wing Beat since I missed it. I just don't play with it.
So when I was looking for teams, I came across this clip of this guy playing Wide Lens Serena. And Triple Axel hit once.
Yep.
It's like, nice move.
Why do I play this item if I can't hit
Yep.
it? It's like
1% chance of it happening, and it
happens,
and it cost him the game because of it.
So it's like a Trick Room Dialga, which is interesting, even though there's a bunch of speed investment and stuff.
Like, the things here is, like, obviously you want to be able to Dynamax your Thundurus here, get a single boost on this thing and you're fine. If it's attack boost through Defiant, if it's through Superpower, speed boost is obviously very good as well, so like you can do that. You have Tailwind here as well, so like your Dialga gets to 220 speed, which
not quite enough.
You can put a single point of speed investment and under Tailwind, then you speed tie Cali Shadow, which it's so close. You
just pull an HP point off and go to 12 EVs in speed, and then you outspeed Cali Shadow.
You outspeed Cali Shadow, and you outspeed Zacian then. And then you can Earth Power Zacian and make them cry.
You also could just get the Dynamax in front of Cali Shadow and just Draco Meteor.
Or Earth Power.
Just Wormwind or Earth Power or Flash Cannon or whatever you want to do.
I don't care about what you're doing. I'm going to boost my special defense and take literally every hit you ever throw at me.
Yep. And that's the cool part about Dialga. We get to see Dialga more because we get to do Dynamax things again, and it's just like, that's nice being able to do that. Palkia saw some play in Series 10, but Dialga has just been non-existent.
I didn't realize Dialga was so fast.
Yeah.
Like, this is 0 investment, it's 110. I didn't realize it was that fast.
Yeah.
What is its base speed?
If it's 110, I think its base speed is at least 90, 95.
Dialga is 90. Interesting.
Because base 100, no investment is 120.
Cool.
That's usually how I do the math for that.
Cool.
So, looking at the rest of this, like, the Dark Urshifu is fine. Focus Sash, Urshifu, this is something we'll get used to seeing again everywhere. You hate Brave Bird on Talonflame. I like Brave Bird on Talonflame.
I think it's just counterproductive to doing Gale Wing things.
Then you're not playing a flying move at all. Because we're also playing Flare Blitz.
Which, honestly, I would want to cut Flare Blitz for Quick Guard. Or Protect.
Then we have no fire coverage.
But, like, see, this is why Talonflame sucks.
No, this is why you run Special Talonflame.
That's also true, because then you get
Hurricane
and Heat Wave.
Heat Wave, yes. Thanks for that. Everyone's eardrums are now bleeding.
You'll cut it out.
They'll wonder what I'm talking about, and just...
Like, I don't... Man, Talonflame is just... It's so close to being cool. And I want it to be, and obviously it was a big part of the older formats, but... Man, the Gale Wings nerf just hurt this thing so much.
Yeah.
If I could just priority Brave Bird anytime... or priority max airstreams. That's the big one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which you do get to do that with this Talonflame. You do get to max it once and do the Brave Bird thing. Max airstream, blow something up if you need to, because that Sharpbeak's going to put you in range of probably picking up some interesting Pokemon that aren't expecting that.
Yeah, especially being max attack here. 133 is pretty decent stat. Obviously, you're nowhere near like Dialga or Tyranitar, but you're also comparing Talonflame to him. So
yeah, like Talonflame's not known for just being crazy damage every time.
It is meant to be fast.
It is Fast Bird, which is why it's really, really good at being just Fast Bird and Unite.
It's not even good there, man. Don't lie.
No,
to
it
me
is.
like
It's
that.
fine. Like Talonflame is actually decent in Unite still. You just got to know how to play it. Last team of the day. This is a Kyurem White team. We talked about safety goggles a lot, and putting them on your restricted is never a bad idea.
Honestly, I really like that, especially here. I kind of wish Freeze Dry was Blizzard, just so you could Blizzard spam people. But I also understand that you really want to max this thing, and being able to set your weather that way, so then your Suicunes can click Blizzard. That's great.
We don't have a good way to set hail otherwise. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
You either max Suicune or you max Kyurem White, and just like if you're maxing Suicune, you're doing it wrong.
So here's the thing: you play a Alolan Ninetales Kyurem White.
No, Aurorus. Aurorus is much better than Kyurem, and then Alolan Ninetales proved me wrong.
I can't.
Exactly.
It has a billion weaknesses, but it doesn't matter because it's adorable.
Aurora's 3-0'd on ladder, thank you very much.
Well,
Aurora's KO'd 2 restricteds, thank you very much.
Engie's a good team builder, that's all I can say.
And the team builder is whatever. This was a lot of just luck. Having to hit meteor beams. God, there's so much sweat trying to hit those meteor beams.
So, that's like the Celesteela match I played on the Rumble yesterday. I hit my meteor beam, which picked up the Amoonguss, put me to +2. And then I missed my air slash the next turn and it cost me the game.
That's how it works. Getting back to this though, other thing that you could do is maybe put goggles on this Rotom Heat so you have a good sun answer.
Why are we White Herb?
So when we overheat, we get to go back up.
Yeah, but like they just switch and Intimidate on you. And
They
like,
don't know we're White Herb. They're expecting goggles.
That's true. Like I guess if you're pairing this next to like Landorus, you probably want Thundurus next to it anyway. Like Landorus is actually the only thing that doesn't want to be intimidated on this team.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Focus Sash, not Focus Band.
I'm assuming so.
For that Regieleki there. Otherwise, it's standard Regieleki. Volt Switch, Electro Web, Thunderbolt.
Yeah. This Suicune's weird.
Suicune, this is literally just standard Suicune, but we're swapping Icy Wind or Ice Beam for Blizzard.
I feel like I still want Snarl in that spot.
I mean, you can if you want.
Like, I think otherwise you have a pretty bad matchup against Cali Shadow.
No, we literally maxed the Thundurus and we just max Dark it. We blow it up.
I don't know. I feel like you need more than one answer to that kind of restricted, especially one that we know is going to be popular.
Thundurus is one of the best answers into Cali Shadow.
I would still like more than one, though. Because what happens if Thundurus goes down early?
We're not beating it then. We're not beating it ever.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no answer. Snarl's not going to be an answer into that Cali Shadow. That Cali Shadow is going to max Phantasm your Suicune, and it's going to go...
I'm actually curious about that calc now.
I will tell you, Suicune is not that defensively bulky. You have to actually put effort into living those hits.
Did I close my calculator?
Probably.
Now I'm mad.
My other thing is Swords Dance with your Life Orb Landorus. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that's unneeded.
If you're if you want to do Swords Dance, play a berry. Play anything else, honestly. It always feels like a combo. I was like, I'm going to click Swords Dance on my Life Orb. But now I have to switch out because I'm a Landorus and I want to do the pivot thing. Granted, if you get the max with that Swords Dance boost, you're great. But definitely feels kind of like a nombo in my opinion.
Alright, this is Life Orb against 0 investment Suicune. Phantasm does 94 to 112. So let's say we put 252 HP. That itself lowers it to a max of 94%.
That's still a lot.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
So that's why you play P2 next to it and ally switch and get them.
No. You're reaching out. No.
Am I?
Yeah, because there's no P2 on the team.
Cut one of these monsters.
No. No, everything is actually needed here.
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree.
Like the Snarl, like having Snarl on Suicune is whatever at this point.
I think you're right. I don't think it's gonna actually matter unless, let's see,
like if they play around this Thundurus just blowing up your Calyrex Shadow, then they play it around Thundurus blowing up Calyrex Shadow. You need to protect Calyrex. You need to protect Thundurus to deal with Calyrex Shadow. Now, is that maxing it on the same turn they max Calyrex Shadow? Maybe. Is it protecting it and having it in the back for when Calyrex Shadow is done doing its thing, and then you get to go big and it can't OHKO you anymore? Sure.
So fun fact: 244 timid Suicune outspeeds Eliki at outspeeds Callie at -1. So then you can fire off your Snarl. I'm gonna make this work. And you do 27% max to max Calyrex.
Cool.
With 0 investment.
Well, we're not. You don't invest in special attack on Suicune.
No, you don't need to.
You don't do that. That's a mistake. You can put like 4 points in if you're trying to invest everywhere, like an HP, defense, special attack, and speed. Like throw 4 in special attack, sure. But otherwise, you don't touch that stat. You just leave it at 0.
Alright, I don't think you need Snarl on Suicune.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
The more I mess with the calculator, the more I realize it's probably not good.
Yep.
I tried, though.
Yep, you definitely tried.
You can't say I didn't try.
You definitely tried. And I think that does about it.
Is that it?
That's the last one.
Huh.
I ain't got nothing else.
I actually thought we had one more. Okay, cool.
No, because one of them was like pretty straightforward. We kind of just blew through it like that.
That's true.
And then another one was Series 10, which we sat on for a minute and kind of just flew through that. It wasn't bad.
Oops.
Yeah, it happens. Invitational is this weekend. I am excited. I'm getting stuff set up for that. I'm going to try and do commentary over people's stream games if I can. If not, I'm going to post everybody's stream links in the channels so they can go and follow that. All of these Reddit posts are going to be linked below. So
Yeah,
go and find them and interact with them.
And go support them as well.
We're going to try and be more active on the VGC Reddit or even start our own eventually, maybe. I don't know. We got a lot of big things that we're trying to work on still. What are you doing?
Reading. What are you doing?
Doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Sorry, I was looking at Discord because people were messaging me.
Yeah? What for?
Nothing. It wasn't important.
Was it important?
I didn't know what it was, and that's why I was reading. And then I realized it wasn't important.
Say my phone's over there doing whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. So, this is actually really cool. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, this was fun. I'm ready for Series 11. I've been playing Sun Teams. I've been playing Lapdog. I've been playing Gigas a little bit, which has been okay. I played Yveltal, which I have so out of practice that I had to put it on a shelf and leave it alone for a bit. I'll come back to it later.
I have played exactly one team, and it is Callie Shadow.
Is it the one we worked on with the guy?
Yup.
Okay, we'll save that one because we'll probably talk about it for like when we do a showdown or something. We'll save that.
I'm actually curious how many games I've played.
I've played about 15 on the Littleroot Ladders account, and I've played about 7 on my main. The Littleroot Ladders is sitting at about 1,300. My main is at about 1,200.
Games played or rank?
Rank.
Oh, that's not what I want. I want user lookup. There we go. Mind you, I played all of these at work. Don't tell my boss.
Get him, Carter's boss. Get him.
I have officially played way less than I anticipated, actually.
How many have you played?
Like 53.
That's not bad.
I am currently -1 in games.
Nice. Yeah, I ranked up a lot this morning while I was just up. I for those who may not know, my sleep schedule is just messed up right now.
It is whack.
Kind of dealing with nasally ear stuff. So when I wake up, I'm up, and I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. So I goofed off on Showdown, played Unite, and got stuff ready for the Invitational this morning, and then I went to work and played some more Showdown while I was waiting on Open.
Series 9, I have almost 400 games played, and I actually don't know why.
Because you're playing all those Series 9 tests and whatnot, probably.
Like, Series 10, I have less than 100. So, like, I guarantee dang near all of those are with Eternatus.
Probably. Series 10 just wasn't as fun to play on Showdown.
I agree. I did enjoy it way more on cart.
It was better on cart, but on Showdown, Showdown's just a different game entirely on when you're playing with Dynamax, without Dynamax, things like that.
I'm excited to talk about this team next week that I'm playing. It's very much my kind of team.
We'll either have it for laddering or have it for the Showdown, one of the two. I'm not sure what we'll do with it yet, because we do need to get a Series 11 team for laddering next week.
That's probably what I'll play.
So it'll probably be that. We'll probably just use it for laddering.
Man, that means I have to go shiny hunt.
Good luck finding shiny Calyrex Shadow. Good luck on that.
I was talking to, I think it was Matt, and he said something about he had most of his team. He had like his team shiny. I was like, Matt, if you have a shiny Cali Shadow, I'm calling you out for it. He's like, okay, so 5/6 of the team.
I'm probably gonna build the Lapdog team I'm working. I've been trying to get a shiny Landorus for freaking ever now.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Zacian. I'm like, Carl, conveniently.
I already have him. I had to make a whole new account for Kayla to get registered Kayla's, because in order to register the mystery gift, you have to have a Nintendo Online, like a Nintendo account linked to that account. But you can't link an old account to a new profile. It won't let you.
Nope.
So I had to go in, make a new email, make a new account, get Kayla's done, and then I get to do it all on her account, on her Switch, in like 2 weeks when we go and get Zamazenta.
Which I'm going to need to find someone with sword to get me one, because...
Well, it's Kayla.
Yeah. I also have Kyle, my old roommate. His wife has it, so...
Well, there you go.
I have 100 different ways to being able to get it.
There you go again, blowing everybody's eardrums out.
Look, man, they don't need their ears.
How are they going to listen to us, then? We ain't got subtitles.
YouTube auto-generates subtitles?
Yeah, no,
They're not accurate, but...
We're too mushmouth for that.
So what you're saying is we need to learn to articulate.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
I got a whole lot of nothing on the way out, man.
I was trying to think of other things to talk about.
The big one is the Invitational this weekend.
Invitationals this weekend. Definitely come check it out. If I'm not commentating, I'll be writing things in the background. My in-laws are coming by to drop a couple things off. So
you're actually off this weekend?
I'm off. I should be off this weekend.
I have yet to hear from my boss about taking my vacation, so I'm assuming that's not going to happen.
Probably not.
No, not, let alone a week in advance. He probably won't be able to make it work, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I know there's at least 2 people planning on streaming their runs. So I'll have those posted in the Battlefy.
Do we have those names? Do you have the list of names readily available? I think
one of them's Karibo.
No, I just meant in general.
The list of invitees?
Yeah.
I can get it for you like in 2 seconds.
Well, I would, but my Discord's not cooperating. I blame your internet. I can't blame mine this week. I'm here.
So the invitees are as follows. Evan, our mod, won the first qualifier. Mocha came in and sniped one, won the second one.
I believe Mocha said he probably will not stream, but he will record every match.
Which would be nice.
He said that streaming gives him anxiety, so
I don't blame him.
Dude, yeah. Especially when it's high stakes like this. I understand.
$150 to first place. I did all the math this morning. So $150 for first, $100 for second, and $50 for third and fourth. We can announce this now. 5th through 16th gets a shiny Premier Ball Incineroar that we've worked hard to try and get them all gathered up.
It took us a hot minute.
And then I feel
it took me 55 boxes to get one.
Yeah, I got mine. I got like 10 to 11 in probably 60 boxes.
And I got 3.
Yeah.
I got 3 in about 60 boxes.
It was a whole weekend of my Switch doing the whole running on the dongle while I was at work. But we also are getting shirts for this invitational made up. If you qualified for the invitational, that's why I'm asking for shirt sizes.
We had a reason, I promise.
I'm not being creepy.
Hey, what's that shirt you wear?
So the ones the invitees are getting are going to be special, but we do plan on putting another version of that shirt on. I think we're doing Teespring is what we're doing.
Just from everything we've looked at, it's the most affordable for us to get them made, and on top of that, they are. I mean, I've had shirts from them; they're very good quality. So I've bought many graphic shirts from them and everything, and I mean they still hold up to this day, and some of them are 5 years old at this point.
The goal is to have that shirt ready, the invitational shirt ready to go by the time the invitational starts.
Yep.
So it'll be available that Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll probably leave it up for about a week or two, let people purchase whatever they want there. We might have some other stuff made up by then as well. I'm not sure yet.
I was teasing it on Discord this week. I think it was to Bauer Dad. He said something, and it's like, man, it'd be a real shame if we were able to get merch up or something like just something along those lines.
And then everyone's talking about the meme on the merch page. I'm just like, yep, I did that.
Yep, it's going to stay a meme. We're not changing that.
No. Well, I have to figure out how to link it to the website and all that stuff.
I'm sure it's literally just redirected, but
I hope so. I hope that's all it is.
I'm really hoping it's simple, but we'll figure it out.
Back to these qualifiers. Hakim or Kimnais, or however you want to pronounce it, they won the 3rd qualifier. Alex123 won the 4th qualifier. Zardichar, who put an article up on the website, won the 5th one.
Fantastic article, by the way. Go read it.
Padillac, this was like after a chain of like second places all the way from like qualifier 2
I remember that.
to this one.
Multiple rumbles, multiple qualifiers, just second, third, Top Cut basically every single one of them, and was second or third.
Was way ahead in points. No one could catch him, and then finally got it in qualifier 6 there. Tanner, qualifier 7. If you probably know of Tanner's running the Georgia VGC account.
Yep.
All of that, Atlanta and all that. Dread Mambo won qualifier number 9 because Padillac won a second qualifier, qualifier 8, so we had to get rid of that one.
Yep. So Padillac had a basically back to back.
Pretty much.
So instead of our original breakdown of 12 qualifiers and 4 point leaders, we improvised and now have a 5th point leader in there. So
so Dread Mumble won qualifier 9. Yanocan, after taking like a whole break for like 2 or 3 months,
was in first for quite a while on points, and then Padillac jumped him, and then Padillac ended up winning.
Yeah.
And so I think Yan finally fell to like 6th.
Somewhere in there.
It came in and sniped a qualifier out of nowhere.
Yep, just was like, hey, is there an entry available? It's like, yeah, if you want to play, sure. And just like, snipe, I'll take that.
Alright, cool, thanks.
Pocoyo won a free entry off a roll and sniped qualifier number 11. And then Purple did the same thing, won a free entry, I think, or something like that. Wanted in like last minute and got in at qualifier 12 and won that one. As for points, Karibo ended up being first in points.
By quite a margin.
First in points at 139 points.
Yep. Quite a
large margin to second place, which was Dan Chunks. After playing those rumbles, the last rumble was double points because no one wanted to play Rumble 13. So we did the double point rumble to try and incentivize these points players to try and get these last little points in, because otherwise you're going to lose your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Dan ended up being able to participate, got another nice chunk there, jumped up to 107.
Dan ended up winning the last rumble, right?
Yep. Vern, who stopped playing for a while after he hit 97 because that was a pretty safe number.
Yeah, for sure.
I owe him like 5 shinies still.
Won multiple Rumbles.
Oh, there's so many.
I don't think
there's a whole
Vern
string.
played a single qualifier.
Nope. Every
I
event's
think,
been a Rumble.
Yep. I think he played only Rumbles.
Papa Swish here coming in late here at 79 points.
And was really worried about getting jumped because he had to work on Wednesday.
It almost happened, let me tell you. So, the original number 5 was Blizz. Blizz was sitting here at 69. Fun fact, Six Squirrels, who is currently our 5th place at 75, has played in pretty much every Rumble
Since
the past...
right?
No, since the past like 2 months, since they joined.
Gotcha.
They joined for one free fun Rumble, and they've played every single event since then.
And they finished second on Wednesday, right? Which
Yep.
was just enough to jump.
Which
Blizz.
was just enough to jump Blizz, putting Six Squirrels at 75 and Blizz at 69.
Now, where did I finish? That's the important part.
Carter, you are down here at top 25, 24th.
Heck yeah, 19 points.
I think.
I'm tied with Matt. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
24. Tied with Matt. Can you move me above Matt just so I can say I'm above him?
No, because it's alphabetical order.
That's stupid.
That's just how it works. That's how ties are determined right now. Because anything outside of top 5, I don't care.
Yeah, but I do. It's
You can
bragging
get over it.
rights.
You can get over it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I had a lot of players this season. I think it's 76 unique players.
And that's just in Rumbles.
No, that's
Oh, yeah,
that's over the course of
that's
6
everything.
months.
That's everything, yeah.
That's over the course of 6 months. That's 76 unique players.
Well,
so
that doesn't count the qualifier winners because they're not on this list.
yeah, they're not on this list. But I was
So
talking
that's
just
another-
like people who were trying to earn for points and things
Yeah,
like that.
so that's another 12. So, I mean, 90 some players?
Another 12, so it would be 88.
Okay, cool. I wasn't exactly sure what number we decided.
So 88 unique players over the course of 6 months. That's a lot.
I'll take it, man.
Not bad for our first season.
It's also not including you, right? You didn't give yourself points.
I never gave myself points. I played only and played one though.
So 89.
Technically.
I
Had a lot of just one of sometimes, and that's fine.
mean, I played, I think, 1 or 2 for
You
a
played
hot
2.
minute. And then, was it 2 total?
I think it was 2 total because you were at 9. No, you had to play 3 then because you were at 9, and then you went, and then you got another 10 for the rumble for the double point rumble. So you had to play at least 3.
Nice. It would have been 4, but the one didn't fire.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Oh well. But yep. It was a lot of fun.
I'm excited for this weekend, and I'm really excited to get feedback on the whole system, and I'm really excited for season 2 to start.
Which we'll have announcements for all that after the holiday. We are
Oh yeah, we're taking 2 months off of events. And
we're taking a break from events for a while. We'll run like one-off things, but nothing big's coming.
Yeah.
Through the holiday, with Diamond and Pearl remakes coming out and Pokemon Legends in January, we'll probably not have anything until maybe close to IRL events coming back out.
Yeah, maybe January. I would like to figure out and announce stuff at the beginning of the year, and then probably start stuff in February. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know. We'll get it all figured out eventually.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Oh, anything else you want to touch on before we go?
We talked about merch. That's all
Yep.
gonna be up on the website and everything.
Yep. The raffle. Take
yes.
part in the raffle.
Yes,
The raffle
yes.
drawings also on the invitational weekend. All proceeds go to the Santos family. You can find information on our Discord about that, which Discord link is always in the description down below.
Yeah, go support them and have your chance at winning and stuff.
It's a bunch of event shinies. Like, I need to go put my entries in.
I do too.
For what I want, because I really want these. I'm mad because I only ever got one.
There is an event Arceus up for sale. Auction.
Yeah, there
Raffle?
is.
There we go. That's
Raffle.
the word.
It's an auction. It's pretty much an auction. It's just you do it in little increments and you buy tickets.
Yeah.
So There is an event Arceus on the table. There's Zarude, Dada Zarude, and Celebi combos.
Yep.
I think
there's 2 of those out.
There's 2 of those. I think there's a Keldeo.
There's the 2013 Shiny Dogs.
Yep. There's the Tapu Quartet set.
There's the 2014 Dialga Palkia.
Yep.
I think it's 2014.
Something like that.
No, I think Keldeo is 14.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know the exact dates. I do know.
I know there's a Palkia Dialga set.
And I want them both. That's the ones I am after. I want those because I don't have them.
I got a couple that I have my eye on, but I really would like the Tapu set. I started to collect the Tapu set, but then I never got to finish it.
That's where I was. I think I got Marshadow and then the first Tapu, and then I stopped. And I don't know what happened to my Tapu. But
I got
Smeargle hooked me up with the whole set of them.
Yeah, you got the whole set after you already got my second Coco.
Yes. So I'm 99% sure I have 2 Cocos now.
You do. I got the Coco, and then I was never able to get the rest, even though I was looking for them. I was never able to get them. So I would love to win the Coco, the Tapu set there.
I'm ready for you to win just the Coco.
Win just the Coco.
Which are we raffling them off as a set?
Or? There's sets. I'm pretty sure they're sets because when you go and do the fill out the form, you only can enter as sets.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly, but
like it'd be kind of silly to just have break up sets like that.
For sure. I know Aaron's taking care of all that for us.
Yeah, he's the one managing the list for me, which I'll need to get with him and do the drawing later. On Invitational weekend, we'll probably draw over the course of the 2 days.
Yep.
Have
the RCs being during the finals?
Maybe.
Or right before the finals?
We'll see.
Yeah. So.
We'll see if we have close raffles. Any close raffles we like where there's a bunch of entries that are just real close, we might save towards day 2.
Yep, for sure.
Anything big that's like someone entered $100 for this one and then no one else is close to it. We might pull those early.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that's everything. You ready to get out of here, bub?
I think so, man. I'm ready for dinner.
Yeah, me too. I had a snack at Sonic, and that's about all I've had. I had to take medicine, so I had to have something to eat.
Yeah, that's fair. So, I think that's going to be it, everyone. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not listening on YouTube, make sure you go and join the YouTube channel. Go subscribe there. It really does help us out. Go check out all the fantastic videos we have up. If you're not listening on any of the audio-only versions, go do that too, because it does help us out as well. You know, just grow the channel, get views, all that good stuff. Let's see. Come and join us on Discord. Our Discord is amazing. You can always find that link down in the show notes. Follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons, myself at Mr. Missouri25, Carlos at MusicalVGC. You can also follow us on Twitter at Mr. Missouri25 and at Musical. And then Discord, website. There's all kinds of stuff up on the website. We have the articles. We're going to have merch coming this weekend, most likely.
Soon you can have a coffee mug with our logo on it.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually really excited for the mug.
Like
no joke, I am really excited for the mug.
You're gonna be one of the first persons to buy a mug.
Yep.
Of course you would.
I'm ready for the mug, and I'm ready for t-shirts. That's all I care about. We're going to have stickers. There's going to be all kinds of stuff, man. I'm excited.
Yep.
So, if you do want to support us, that is a fantastic way of doing so. We also have Anchor support turned on, so you can always come and donate a little bit there every month.
Just donate whatever.
It really does help us out. It's where, we can get the website up and running. And, I mean, that's the big thing is we have the website.
You can help me pay for my new computer. It's going to cost me forever to pay this off.
So if you want to, donate for Carl's computer, which really does help us out, that's always another way you can support us too. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out today, and we'll see you next week with some more literary lessons. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.